this up on Rumble. And hello, good afternoon. Are we recording? I think we're recording. Are we? We are recording. All right. Good afternoon. Welcome to Weird Weekly Recap. It's been a while. This is a dive into weird, obscure, bizarre other words for strange world notable events, weather and sports. I'm completely going off script here. What do we got? Let's start us off here. From Audio Central, what do we have here, good Sir King?
Living on the edge in Bolivia's suicide homes.
Oh, wow. Welcome to the show, Golden Loon. By the way,
Thank you.
I'm trying out a new format, so
Okay.
we'll introduce ourselves at the end.
And how are you doing, Sir King? Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Good.
Says here, hundreds of buildings located on the edge of a steep earthen cliff on the outskirts of El Alto in Bolivia have been dubbed suicide homes because of the high risk of a devastating landslide. Located on Avienda Panoramica and in La Caja, one of the busiest commercial areas of the city of El Alto, Bolivia's suicide homes have been getting a lot of attention because of their precarious positioning on the very edge of an earth cliff that has been deemed very susceptible to landslides. In recent weeks, rains have been wreaking havoc in Bolivia's capital and its surrounding area, increasing the risk of a landslide even more. But that doesn't seem to scare the inhabitants of these suicide homes one bit. As most of them refuse to move away, these buildings are inhabited by local shamans known as Yatiri and merchants who don't want to give up their place of business even if it means falling to their deaths one day. Now, when I show you this picture, you're going to lose your mind.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Oh, man. Hey, you just write it down like a big wave.
There's no wave. It's just straight. just.
Well, no, something's going to have, the whole thing's going to have to go.
Yeah, it's just straight down.
Yeah.
No,
But you can see
down.
it's already slid. See down lower?
Oh,
You
yeah.
can see all that's, this isn't just happened.
No. I mean, I'm sure they used to have backyards, but no, they don't. I mean, some of them, they look like, there's some kind of stuff in the backyard here. They have some kind of, third world,
Wow.
sheet metal
straight down.
awning.
That is straight down.
Yeah. So, yikes. Anyway, moving on up, what else do we got here?
World's saltiest body of water is so salty it doesn't freeze at negative 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow. So located in Antarctica's McMurdo's Dry Valley is the shallow Don Juan Pond is the world's saltiest body of water with a salt content that puts the Dead Sea to shame. It remains liquid even at negative 58 degrees Celsius or negative 50 degrees Fahrenheit. At 4 inches deep, Don Juan Pond looks more like a large puddle than an actual pond, but it has fascinated scientists for decades. A liquid puddle of this size is an alien-like environment where temperatures can drop to negative 50 degrees Fahrenheit, was bound to draw attention at one point, and the tiny body of water has been buzzing with scientists since it was discovered in 1961. A quick analysis revealed its salt content to be around 40%.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
How is it even liquid at that point? By then it's just solid, just
Slush.
to put that into perspective, the world's oceans have the salinity of 3.5%. The Great Salt Lake varies between 5 and 27%, and the famous Dead Sea is
With
30.
how much again? Great Salt Lake?
Great Salt Lake
Oh, yeah.
varies between 5 and 27%.
Whoa, that's a huge vary.
Yes, and the famous Dead Sea is at 34% salt. But this is an image of it. Yeah, it looks just slush. So. Yeah, there it is right there. You can see.
Yeah.
Just highly salty. Wow. Moving on up, more from Audio Central. Speaking of water.
Japanese ultra luxury bottled water can cost up to $10,000 per liter.
$10,000.
Yeah.
I like
Good
water
Lord.
as the next person, but I mean, if you have the money to spend $10,000 for water, you have too much money. I'm sorry. Felicio Jewelry Water is a Japanese company known for selling one of the most expensive bottled waters in the world, with exclusive limited editions selling for up to $10,000 per bottle. Water is one of the most basic human needs, so marketing and selling it as an ultra-luxury product is a pretty big challenge, even amongst the snobbiest of snobs, but a Japanese company proved that it can be done successfully. Yeah, I mean, you set a price tag high enough, some idiot with enough money, some schmuck is going to buy it for sure. Launched in 2005, Felicio Water set out to create a complete luxury experience that would make people reach for their wallets and pay obscene amounts of money to have it. Using some of the purest mineral water in Japan wasn't nearly enough, so they put a lot of work into the designs of the packaging, which was marketed as a work of art in itself. Somehow they made it work, and today Filico Jewelry Water is one of the most sought-after ultra-luxury bottled water brands in the world, with prices surpassing $1,000 per liter and even several thousand for limited edition offerings. Okay, so you get a fancy bottle with some mineral water. Whoop-de-doo. You know, if you're flinging money on water like that, I'm sorry. Not to sound like a communist, but clearly you don't know how to handle money. So, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like,
I can't agree with you more.
What else do we got here?
Couple who married and divorced 12 times in 43 years investigated for fraud.
Good. An Austrian couple who married and divorced each other for a total of 12 times in the last 43 years is currently under investigation for financial fraud. Police in Vienna, Austria are currently investigating the bizarre case of a couple who got married and then divorced. You know, okay, we've said that 3 times already. The elderly couple is suspected of having arranged every divorce strictly on paper so the wife could receive 27,000 euro or $28,300, you know, in exchange rate. Severance pay she was awarded after her first husband's death in 1981. They took advantage of a loophole in Austrian legislation that allowed widows to retain the severance pay as long as she wasn't married. Every 2.5 years, she was to receive 2.5 times her annual widow's pension. So every 3 years or so, she and her second husband would divorce so she could receive the money, and then they would remarry. Well, then why remarry? What's the point of getting married? You know?
Yeah, you think your morals wouldn't be that strong, you know?
Well,
no, we need to be married.
Well,
your
I don't
morals
think
say you're going to rip someone off.
Well, I don't think they're doing it for morality. I think because, like...
Well, if you're ripping them off, your morals are pretty weak. That's what
Well, no, I mean, like, you know, if you're married, you get tax breaks. You know, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what the situation is in India, but I know out here in the United States, if you're married, you get deductibles, you get this, you get that, you get special things because, you know, you're...
Yeah, but are you offsetting the divorce cost?
Well, I mean, you know...
Anyways, it's a
43
scam.
years, you
It's
know,
a scam.
They're doing something, you know. Yeah. Wow. So, yeah, people can play a game. They'll play it. Speaking of money stuff, what do we got here?
Cash-strapped student extorts hotels with dead cockroaches and used condoms.
Wow.
Gross.
A 21-year-old student from Taizhou, China, managed to extort over 60 different hotels for free stays and financial compensation by creating fake hygiene problems and promising to take actions against them. Jiang, a resident of Taizhou City in China's Zhejiang province, came up with a particularly gross way of funding his travel habit when he became short on funds. In September of last year, after deciding to put off university enrollment in favor of using the tuition to travel around China, the 21-year-old man quickly saw his funds diminish, which forced him to come up with an alternative way of covering his expenses. After analyzing his expenditures, Zhang realized that hotels were particularly hard on his wallet. Well, of course. So he came up with a creatively devious way of blackmailing hotel staff into giving him accommodation for free. For a period of 10 months, Zhang managed to trick at least 63 hotels into letting him stay for free by using a series of meticulous props to make it seem like the room was unhygienic. According to Chinese media, the student had an impressive collection of props, including dead cockroaches, cicadas, strands of hair, and even used condoms, which he planted in the rooms he rented. He later called hotel staff to complain about his fines and threatened to post negative reviews online and ruin their reputation. Yeah, I've heard about people doing things like this, not to this level, you know, for this long, but like a lot of people do things like this, and it's really sick, you know. If there's a way to play a game, people find a way to play the game, you know. And yeah, this guy needs to be strung up by his thumbs. Speaking of China, what else do we have here?
Chinese zoo draws criticism for shockingly thin crocodile.
Yeah, this is... Yeah, when I show you the picture, your heart's going to break. China
For a crocodile?
Believe it or not, yeah, only China can be so awful that they would actually make you feel bad for a crocodile. China's Guangzhou Zoo has come under fire after videos of a shockingly thin crocodile housed there went viral online. Photos and videos of a crocodile so skinny that you can literally see its spine and count its ribs through its scaly skin have been doing the rounds on Chinese social media and sparking a heated debate around the treatment of animals. Reportedly located at Guangzhou Zoo, the reptile looks more like a fossil than a living animal. But one clip shows it moving around slowly in its enclosure. The person who shot the video and posted it online expressed concern for the crocodile and many have accused the zoo, of animal cruelty for either starving or just ignoring its condition.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's just heartbreaking.
Oh man.
I never thought I would feel sorry for a crocodile. Look at that thing. You can see, the skull, the hinge in its jaw.
I wonder how it even survives. Getting that emaciated.
Emaciated. Yeah. You're thinking of diminished.
Yeah.
So. Leave it to China, man. Leave it to China. So.
That zoo needs to be closed.
China needs to be closed. Or the better way to call China is Western Taiwan. So my apologies to Taiwan. Anyway, moving on up. What else do we got here?
And spends 3 days stuck in well because people mistook his cries for ghost wailing.
Yeah. They thought his cries for help were ghost wailing. So, a 22-year-old man spent 3 days trapped at the bottom of a 12-meter deep well because villagers who heard his cries for help thought he was a wailing ghost and wouldn't approach the well. Wow. Superstition, man. It's unclear what Liu Shanyu, a young Chinese national, was doing in the forest on the border between Thailand and Myanmar, probably spying. But he somehow fell into an abandoned well on the outskirts of a small village. Authorities believe he was trekking through the woods when he fell into a 12-meter deep hole, sustaining serious injuries, like a fractured wrist and cerebral concussion. Ooh. Oh, at first, he started shouting for help as loudly as he could, but as hours passed, he realized he would exhaust himself quickly and diminish his chances of being rescued. He was right. He would go on to spend the next 3 days and 3 nights at the bottom of the well, with no food or water, and had not saved his energy. Had he had not saved his energy, he would have probably died there. After desperately shouting for help when he first fell into the abandoned well, he began shouting for help only once every hour to save his strength. Even so, his cries went unanswered, not because no one heard them, but because people who did were convinced that they were cries from a ghost. Instead of approaching the well, nearby villagers stayed away, afraid of being attacked by spirits. Frickin',
Stupid villagers.
Stupid villagers, yeah. Well, it's their culture. So, yep. What else do we got?
Young Thai singer allegedly dies after getting neck twisting massage.
Now, I'm not sure if this is the same
Sounds
article,
relaxing.
but didn't we see something the other night, King, where somebody did a routine chiropractor and it severed their blood vessels or something, and they died.
I don't know. I've seen Yeah. Videos, and it's eesh.
Yeah, I mean, I'm when I crack my neck, crack my fingers, I do it gingerly and everything. My old friend Jess from high school, he's one of those people who just grabbed his head like that, pop. I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
See, now we have a reason why he was a little mentally out of it.
Well.
He wasn't. He's a good guy.
Oh, yes, he was. The whole of Thailand was shaken by the death of a young singer as the result of getting a neck-twisting massage that left her with a herniated spine disc in her neck. Yikes. Doctors in Thailand started issuing warnings against getting neck-twisting massages after the tragic death of Freya, a young woman from Udon Thani who reportedly died from complications related to neck massage sessions she underwent at a studio in her home city. According to Shana's mother, she started experiencing shoulder pain a couple months ago, and instead of going to a hospital, she opted to visit a local massage studio. She had always loved massages, so she thought it would be a good idea or a good way to relieve the pain. Only 2 days later, after the neck-twisting massage session, the young woman started feeling pain in her neck as well, and things only got worse from there. Fing Sina's pain didn't subside at all. If anything, it got worse, so she started taking painkillers. A week later, her right arm started going numb, but she made the mistake of going back to the massage studio for another session instead of going to the hospital. After another 2 weeks, the pain in her neck became so unbearable that she couldn't even lie on her back in bed. Still, she didn't worry too much, thinking the pain was only a side effect of the massage.
Sounds like me all of a sudden. What the hell?
Stupid. Absolutely stupid.
Walk it off.
Go to the hospital, you idiots.
Go to the doctor.
So. But yeah, no, this is a case of of natural selection. She clearly was too stupid to understand the concept of a hospital, so she died for it. That's unfortunate, but I mean, don't go and get
what
your
is
neck
actually the
cracked.
problem with the neck? I've already forgotten.
Well, it was she got some kind of a herniated spine disc.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
like,
surprised that killed her though.
well, I mean, like, it probably
Started other things rolling.
yeah, like
Spine's pretty important.
yeah, very much so. I mean, like, it probably hurt the signals going to her lungs, to her heart, to various other things. So, speaking of stupid people, here's another one.
Japanese man arrested for trespassing on others' property as a hobby.
How miserable and useless do you have
As
to
a
be
hobby.
to have a hobby of just trespassing on other people's property? Like, that's what you do.
It's a hobby?
Apparently. A Japanese man was recently admitted to trespassing. Was recently admitted. Has recently. Okay, that's the typo. Onto other people's properties over 1,000 times as a hobby because he found it thrilling and exhilarating. Wow. A couple weeks ago, Fukuoka Prefecture police arrested a 37-year-old man. Wow, he's my age. On suspicion of trespassing onto a couple's property in the city of Daizafu. Little did the police know that this guy had hardly been, Little did the police know that this had hardly been an isolated incident, and the man was a serial trespasser who had done it countless times for his personal enjoyment. Why can't I read today? During questioning, the man, identified as Yuta Sugawara, not only admitted to trespassing onto the couple's property when he thought they were away, but casually told investigators that this was a hobby of his and that he had trespassed onto other people's properties over 1,000 times. Sugawara was apprehended by the victims of his latest trespassing attempt, who saw him on their land and chased after him when he ran. The man managed to immobilize the culprit while his wife calls the police. So,
well, I got to give you kudos for Sugawara there. However, you just nailed it. You just rolled right through it. So it's not even breaking and entering. No, I get it. He's just walking on the property.
He's just going there and loitering like some loser. He's like, "Hey, look at me! Look at me!" Okay, yeah, now we're looking at you. And what are you gonna do? I'm gonna stand here and be a loser. I'm not gonna do anything worthy of time. I'm just gonna waste my life standing on other people's property and being a nuisance. Yeah. And so. That guy should have gone to a masseuse. At least he would have, been of some use to the masseuse. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At least he would have been some use to the masseuse.
No.
So anyway, moving on up. What do we got here?
Skynet. Viral video showed Chinese police introduce autonomous spherical patrol robot.
What?
Well, yes.
Yeah, it's what we need.
Oh, okay.
Were you reading this?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Kinda. A couple of months ago, Chinese robotics company Logan Technology unveiled the RTG autonomous spherical robotic technological breakthrough designed to assist and even replace humans in dangerous environments and situations. Capable of operating both on land and water, the spherical robot can allegedly reach speeds up to 35 kilometers per hour and withstand impact damages up to 4 tons. In a promotional video, the RTG can be seen operating in water, rough terrain, and mud, but what really caught people's attention was its urban use, that sort of patrol robot capability of identifying criminals and immobilizing them thanks to its suits of advanced AI software. It all seemed like a marketing stunt, but less than 2 months since the clip went viral, RTG robots have been spotted patrolling alongside law enforcement.
Yeah. Now, I've seen pictures.
Kind of cool. Water and...
Yeah.
How big is it?
We'll talk about that in a second here. Jacob Peets is in the comments on YouTube. How you doing, Peets? He says, hey, to be fair, when I was younger, we trespassed all the time to do bonfires. I'd say we can consider that a hobby. Well, at least you did something. You built a structure to set on fire. You're doing something. You know?
A hobby. Sounds like you had a good time with
You're not just going to some random lawn and standing there with your thumb up your ass. You know? But yeah, so here's a video. Let me bigger this if I can.
What is this we're looking at?
This is that robot.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
There we go. Oh, this is just some promotional video.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, what's it do?
oh, here we go. Is it in English? Probably not. Oh, there it's in water.
That's
Okay.
cool. That's what I think right
Yeah.
here. So cool.
The rotating robot can work continuously for over 10 hours in extremely harsh conditions.
Yeah, so this
Advanced
is there it
AI enables it to perform various
It's about like,
tasks autonomously.
it's about thigh high. You know, knee to upper thigh.
When it spots intruders or enemies, it can attack at speeds up to 35
or maybe up to the
kilometers per
shoulder if you're
hour.
from China.
If multiple
Okay.
enemies scatter, it can
Where are the
attack
guns at?
while alerting near.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty good size. That is. That's
Yeah. But I mean, like I've seen like, you know, memes of it and everything. Let's see here. Sphere robot China. Like there's pictures of it. Where is it? Police. Why can't I find it? Oh well. These are the normal police robots, so like we recognize these. I guess it's too new to have been made on the website. Anyway, moving on up. What else do we got here? Oh, this
Man
one's-
who doesn't speak Spanish wins Spanish language Scrabble World Championship.
How's that possible?
How?
How's that possible?
Now see, no, hold on. In all fairness, you remember Jeff, the guy who owns that cane?
Yeah.
You know, he could read and write Arabic fluently, but he couldn't speak it.
Yeah.
You know, so
I had a girl working for me who understood Spanish fluently, and but couldn't speak it.
yeah. So it's not unheard of. It sounds bizarre, but it really isn't.
Yeah.
So, pardon me, Nigel Richards, 57-year-old New Zealand Scrabble Scrabble phenom, recently won the 2024 Spanish Language Scrabble World Championship despite not speaking the language at all. It has been almost a decade since they first wrote about the talented Mr. Nigel Richards. He had just won the 2015 French Language Scrabble Championship despite being completely unable to have a conversation in French. I remember reading about that, actually. It was a remarkable feat that made international news headlines at the time. Richards was already known as the world's best Scrabble player and had earned nicknames like the Tiger Woods of Scrabble, but this was completely unheard of. A person who didn't speak French at all had run through the world's best French-speaking Scrabble players and earned the title of world champion. Some thought it was a fluke, but Nigel has repeated the feat since, and he recently proved he could do it in other languages he didn't speak. So yeah, like, you know, it goes to show, you can speak a language, you can write a language, you can read a language, although reading and writing are kind of ubiquitous one and the other, but you don't necessarily have to read and write and speak.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So that's pretty cool. Now, so it's not just he did this with Spanish, but you know, he did this with French before.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And we actually from UPI, which we're going to be coming up to here in a minute, they cover this too. So you know, there's another article about this. You know, but you know how I am, like, you know, get as many viewpoints and everything. And this one's an eyebrow raiser here, Sir King.
Three-dimensional Lego portrait of Geraldo Pontier.
Who is that?
Geronto Pontier is an innovative. Why can't I read? Mexican artist who uses thousands of individual Lego bricks to create incredible works of art, including detailed human portraits. Gerardo Pontier has been using Lego for a long time, for as long as he can remember. He first started playing with the colorful plastic bricks when he was only 2 years old and developed such a passion for it that by age 10 he was already a world championship Lego builder. He spent his interest and love for the Danish invented building system only grew with age, allowing him to use Lego to create some truly incredible things. Pontier may not be the first to use Lego as an artistic medium, but he can be credited for taking Lego art to a whole new level of mastery. There's a lot of incredible Lego art pieces out there. But check this out. Let me bigger this here.
Oh.
Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like 1x1s, round bricks.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Like.
Wow.
And look at that. Wow. See, he uses those the flagpole things. You know?
What do you mean flagpole?
Well, like right here. You see these here?
Oh, okay.
Like for a Lego, you stick it. You put a little flag. That's a flagpole. So. Okay. Yeah, they're like little flagpoles, or antennae, or whatever you want to use it for. And this is really screwing with my eyes, but like. Okay, then no. Yeah, okay. Let's.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that is cool though. That first one, the face was awesome.
Yeah, but like, I don't know why, but sometimes like, some things just really screw with my eyes. So.
You want to take a break for a second?
No, we got to keep this going. I can see the end up here. So let's. What else do we got? This one.
You go.
What?
You go.
Okay. More from Audio Central. Respected Italian nun arrested for working with infamous mafia family. What? A nun. So.
Holy cow.
So, but when the police investigated her, they're like, "Hey, what are you doing?" She's like, "None your business."
Oh God.
Yeah.
She
says that too. Sister Anna Donnelly, a respected nurse from northern Italy, was recently arrested under suspicion of having colluded with a powerful clan of the Ndrangheta mafia family. The arrest of 57-year-old Anna Donnelly, a respected nun and recent recipient of the Golden Panettone, an annual Milanese Civic Award for volunteer work in prisons and in the troubled outskirts of cities like Milan, Rome, and Brescia, came as a shock for the whole of Italy. On Thursday, Sister Anna and 24 other people were arrested following an investigation into the activities of the Ndrangheta in Brescia, with authorities claiming they had strong reasons to believe the nun had been working with the mafia crime family for a long time. As part of her work in several prisons where Ndrangheta members were being held, the nun is suspected of facilitating communication between prisoners and the clan's leaders and solving conflicts and disputes between inmates. Whoa. Wow. So, yeah, she was a middleman going around. Yeah. A nun, a nurse nun, like.
You can almost see when you listen to the story how she got sucked into it. She went in, trying to do good for the inmates, and passing on encouragement from gang members, and then get sucked in. I don't know, it's crazy. I'm trying to justify it for it.
Well, you're not.
There's no justification.
There's no justification, but you do have a point. It is a very Harley Quinn type story.
Yeah.
If you know what that is.
Yes.
Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
From Batman.
Well, I don't know what it's from.
Oh no, well, yeah, it's from the DC Detective Comics, like Batman's nemesis, Joker, and the woman who's always with Joker, her name is Harley Quinn.
Oh, okay.
Now, to give a little bit of backstory, I know a lot. King already knows this, and all that stuff. But basically, she came to be during one of the earlier times where Joker was in Arkham Asylum. She was his therapist, and then she fell in love with him, and then she went crazy because Joker is crazy, and then so she, as you're saying, she got sucked in. So that's why I said this is a very Harley Quinn story.
I didn't know where it came from.
Well, Harlequin stands for Joker. It's or like a fool, like back in old the court jester, they're called Harlequins.
Okay.
And then they in the Joker theme they named her Harley Quinn. Play on words. So, anyway, moving on up here. What do we got?
Bored man posts pose as criminals online promptly gets arrested.
This sounds like a FAFO article, huh?
Yeah.
A Chinese man bored with his daily life recently got detained for posting a wanted order in his name on social media and bragging about the countless crimes he had allegedly committed. Oh, no. What an idiot. Why are you doing that to China?
Stupid.
Are you trying to get executed?
stupid.
I'm bored. I want to trouble the CCP. Can you imagine being so bored that you just start posting made-up crimes online and posing as a criminal mastermind, hoping to get some kind of attention? Yeah,
You got some attention.
That's exactly what a man from northern China did last month, taking to social media to spread lies about himself, including that he had recently extorted 30 million yuan, or $4 million from a company, that he owned a firearm and ammunition, and challenging people to find them if they wanted a 30,000 yuan or $4,000 reward. His post went viral, but it also caught the attention of the Chinese law enforcement monitoring social media, and he ended up behind bars for his unusual stunt. What an idiot! What an absolute idiot. I want to say the R word, but, yeah. God. Anyway, this one, like, little things like this have been on the internet for as long as the internet's been around. What's the title?
Death Clock, the controversial AI-powered app that predicts when you die.
Yeah, I remember back in middle school, like, there was a website like deathclock.com or something, and you post your birth dates.
Okay.
Like whether, like, do you smoke, do you drink, do you party, how, what do you do, what's your job, like, various little things, and then it does some calculations and it tells you when you're gonna die.
I'd like to test it. I'd like to take someone that's already dead.
Yeah, people
just
have done
don't
that.
tell them that.
Yeah.
And just fill it. Yeah, born such and such a date. Blah blah blah. When am I going to die?
I did that.
They're already gone.
I did that with Nana once, and it said she had died in '97, and it was like 2005 or whatever.
Whoa.
And I was like, well, according to this, you've been dead for almost 10 years. Anyway, Death Clock is an innovative app that uses artificial intelligence to accurately predict. How do you accurately predict?
Yeah.
How can you claim accurately predict anything? Have they tested this on people? Like,
it's your time to go. So they send.
You will
send
die.
a little something out. If you're not sick, we'll take care of you. It's
will,
your day to go.
You will die by hammer accident in 5 seconds. What? Like,
how'd that tree happen to fall on you this very day?
Yeah. Wow. Anyway, moving on up to UPI.
Zoo director dons ostrich costume for surprise escape drill.
Huh. So it says here, an Australian zoo shared video from a surprise animal escape drill featuring the zoo's director playing the part of a fugitive cassowary. Rockhampton councillor for Parks, Sport and Public Spaces, Sherry Rutherford, said the drill at Rockhampton Zoo was the first to take place during operating hours with guests present. The drill featured Rockhampton Zoo director Liz Bellward portraying the escaped animal in an ostrich costume. So they pretended to be...
it sounds like a drill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're just...
And so they just... Look at that. I love it. Huh? And I've seen an ostrich.
Yeah. But they're pretending to be like,
Escape.
Yeah. Yeah. This one raised an eyebrow here.
Blindfolded man executes 41 pickleball serves in 1 minute.
Huh. Okay.
Pretty good. Okay,
now-
he's blind.
Now, no, he's blindfolded.
Oh, blind.
He's not blinded, but now, I don't think it is, but I'm gonna say I hope it's David Rush. So, let's see here. The Idaho man, who holds the most concurrent Guinness World Records, added another title. This is starting to sound very good. To his name by donning a blindfold and performing 41 pickle serves by 1 minute. David Rush! You can't touch the Rush! I'm a fan of the Rush. Said his journey toward taking the title for the most blindfolded pickleball serves in 1 minute began. We came across a video of the previous record, which stood at 23 serves. Rush said he managed to hit 43 balls into the service square, but one landed after the 60 seconds had elapsed, and another was disqualified by Guinness Records for unknown reasons. He officially took the record with 41 blindfolded serves, but Rush said he is already planning to make another attempt at the record after improving his pickleball skills. Well, hold off on that. Wait until somebody else takes it from you, then take it back. You got to play the game. So, well, he knows the game more than I do. What am I talking about? But hey, like, you know, I never thought I'd be a fan of a record breaker, you know, like, but I
want to know how being blindfolded, how he got the ball in his hand, you know, so quickly.
Well, let's view this.
Unless someone hands them to him, I don't think that would be help. I don't think he could do that.
Well, he's talking. Oh,
there they are, just in a box. Okay,
yeah,
there
so
you go.
Just gets it.
Now, do they have to land in?
Yeah, they have to land in a certain thing.
Yeah, they have to be. They have to be
in the square. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that looks easy to do once you know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like.
It seemed like you could do one a second if you really got rolling on it.
Yeah. Well, that's why like he's probably not going crazy, because if he goes crazy and somebody outdoes him, it's just that much more difficult.
Yeah.
You know, to break it, because there is a limit. You know, there's some world records that still stand that are over 100 years old, because there's only so much the human body can do. And once you reach the peak, that's it. You know? And that's why all these baseball players started taking steroids and all that crap. So, what do we got here? I missed my old card collection, actually. I gotta figure out where that went.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to your Pokemon collection.
Yeah.
It's gotta be around
King?
somewhere.
Anyway, British brothers amass world's largest collection of Pokemon cards. A pair of British brothers earn a Guinness World Record for their collection of 48,339 different Pokemon cards. Okay, that blows mine out of the water. Pokemon trading card game superfans Owen and Connor Gray took the record for the largest collection of Pokemon cards from Benjamin DeGuire, whose collection was tallied at 34,310 in 2023. So here's another, you know, record. If David Rush wants to go after it, better start opening those booster packs. Moving on up. This is the other article I was talking about. Man who doesn't speak Spanish wins Spanish Scrabble championships.
Oh, there you go. Is this a different one?
No, it's the same guy.
Okay.
No, but this is from a different news source.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
So, you know. And then moving on up, from UPI, Oregon City asks locals to stop putting googly eyes on sculptures.
Googly on sculpture?
Yeah, you know, little...
Oh, okay,
yeah.
there they are.
And here's one sculpture, here's another sculpture. They just, like, put them on there.
Yeah.
And then I think this is from the ball sculpture. It looks like a sphere, and they just ripped the Google eyes off.
Oh.
So, but it reminds me of that scene from Everything Everywhere All at Once. She just like rips the eyes off of the longer back. No more Google eyes, you know. So, officials, well, it's a great movie. So, officials in Bend, Oregon, are asking residents to stop attaching googly eyes to the city's sculptures, despite support for the whimsical practice from some locals. Well, you see, if you want people to stop doing things, you don't tell them to stop doing things, because that's just going to make them do that things even more. You know, I kind of want to just buy like a obscene amount of googly eyes. If I had the money, like I'd do that. Go up to Oregon, go up to Bend, and put Google eyes on every square inch of every surface I can possibly find. Just, hey, you want me to stop? There you go. How's that for stopping? Hey, yeah. The city's official account said on Instagram that the oversized plastic eyes attached to 8 public art installations by unknown pranksters could end up costing Bend a lot of money. So what? You know, like, let the people do what they want to do. You know, the post garnered dozens of comments from residents, including many from locals who said the googly eyes are harmless addition to the sculptures. Yeah, I mean, I guess a bird can come by, peck and eat it. Now it has plastic in its stomach and it can die. You know, there's that. But I mean, like, really, asking people to stop is going to have the opposite effect. You know, you'd think that they would have learned that by now.
Yeah, it's not going to do any good.
Yeah. Anyway, Canadian man wins Microsoft Excel World Championships in Las Vegas. A financial modeling director from Canada was declared the spreadsheet champion of the world at the Microsoft Excel World Championships in Las Vegas. They have championships for Excel spreadsheets? What?
Jeez, I don't know. Weird.
Michael Jarman defeated 11 other finalists, including 3-time world champion Andrew the Annihilator Nagai of Australia. He has a spreadsheet champion has a nickname, the Annihilator? What the... You don't give a pencil pusher a badass street name like that. You're gonna give people's expectations up. He's gonna come out. You're gonna pit him against like some guy called the Crusher, and he's actually gonna be some like fighter guy. He's gonna get killed. So yeah, the final challenge of the championship had a World of Warcraft theme. Oh God. With each finalist tracking the experience points, earn gold, and other stats of a team of orcs in a simulated campaign. Wow. It's nerd. This is nerd squared, nerd cubed, nerd to the fourth power. You know, like so much nerd. Even I'm like
nerdism at its best.
Even I'm starting to feel like a jock, and I am not a jock. Moving on up, Ontario student builds world's smallest arcade machine. All right. Victoria Koraman, an electromechanical engineering student at Fan Shui College, unveiled her creation on Tuesday, a machine measuring 2.5 inches tall, 1 inch wide, and 1.3 inches long. The working arcade machine runs the classic game Pong. Koraman's machine was officially measured by Fan Shui College civil engineering professor Matt Carson in the hopes of capturing a Guinness World Record for the smallest arcade machine. And there's a video here. Let's see if I can bigger this, if it's even going to play.
As a new generation looks on, a current generation electromechanical engineering student prepares to display her
Look at that.
arcade machine.
Pardon me. Come on, let me see it
Forward
again.
is a trick.
Look at the side. That is small.
That is
and
incredible.
It works.
Yeah, I got to give her kudos.
That is awesome. That's
I gotta
awesome.
Give her kudos.
I mean, that's kind of like, you know, the small TVs we reported on and everything. And last but not least, if King is still awake, he looks like he's passed out. Oh, he's moving.
Long Island, New York band skateboards 3,162 miles from coast to coast.
Wow.
Jeez.
Damn.
What in the name of
3,100 miles from coast to coast. Jeez.
Yeah, what in the name of Forrest Gump? Then one day I just got up and started skating. I shredded the hell out of the United States from coast to coast. New York man took a 3,162-mile trip on his skateboard over the course of 57 days, 6 hours, 56 minutes to cross the United States and set a Guinness World Record in the process. Chad Caruso, outfitted only with his board, a small backpack, and a single set of clothes, started his skateboarding trip in Venice Beach, California, and completed his journey at the coast of the Atlantic Ocean in Virginia Beach. The feat earned him the Guinness World Record for the fastest crossing of America on a skateboard, male. Caruso has been skating for 25 years, aimed to raise awareness of addiction and mental health problems. He says skateboarding helped him get sober 9 years ago, and he hopes his story will inspire others to do the same. All right.
Well, wait a second. If he set the Guinness World Record or broke it or whatever, that means someone else has done this.
Well, he said it. They might have made like
a category.
Yeah,
true.
Or maybe he did break it. Like, whatever the case.
You know, less than 2 months. That's pretty doggone good.
Yeah. You know. And that shall conclude the show. For all of you and all of us, I am Xander.
King's Refuge.
Golden Loon.
And you, viewer, are you. Thanks once again to Sir Jacob Pete. So
Nice
he has
comment.
more comments.
Oh, here we go.
There was another chat prior to that, one that I implore you to look into. Don't remember what chat he was talking about. Hey, the families used to use lawyers and doctors as go-betweens. Why not nuns? Well, yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? You know? And, once again, to reiterate my joke, if any police come snooping about, just tell them, oh, none. None what? None your business.
None of the above.
Yeah. Anyway, tell you, catch us next time. Don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, subscribe, check the underbar, and toodles.
Jesus.
Streaming here, and where's my...